Okay, okay, Michelle, you need to join on so I can see you. I see that we're live. Hello, hello. Um, we are running a little bit late, having some technical challenges. Yes, and it's not an internet, it's not an internet issue in Jamaica. I have some good internet connectivity, so we're just trying to sort out the behind the scenes. Michelle will join me soon, but I'm happy to be here. We're dreadfully sorry to have kept you waiting, but you know, understand, we have to sort out the issues. Um, and then when we get it right, we'll have a fabulous show. Um, I trust that everybody has been having a good week so far. 2 days have gone out of the week. God has blessed us with life, strength, health, friends, and family. And we probably want to talk a little bit about that. Um, Waiting for Michelle to come. So I see that Canada is heading into some
I'm
more.
here.
Mich is here. Michelle has just apologizing for us, um,
Mhm.
saying that we had some technical issues, but that we're sorting that out. Yes, so welcome all. Mish, how's your 2 days been so far?
Good, good, relaxing. It's really cold here, still in Florida. It is extremely cold. Oh my God. Yesterday I saw ice on
Ice
our car. Yeah.
in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Look like we no, oh, no, no, we go move out. Lord God, you know, we go move out. Oh my
Yeah, we
God.
have to.
So the people in Canada, my friends in Canada, say that it's probably I mean, most horrible winter that they've seen so far in quite a while, perhaps. They're expecting another 3 days of more snow. So
Yeah.
I think they're probably not looking forward to.
Yeah, they're not looking for it. Sorry, I have to be distracted. I'm trying to be the technician tonight. Leah is not here. So I'm trying to do that.
All right.
So,
So
all right.
far,
So we're
so
up and
good.
running.
VM
Right.
Heads Up says, good night, ladies. Good night, VM. We're sorry that we ran a little bit late, but we're just trying to get the technical issues up and running. So it's good to be here. Tell everybody else that we're on now. Una all come running. Running at this, like they would have said at the dance. Run up in at this.
You run right up. And those on YouTube, I've pulled up YouTube. So I'm going to be watching and reading all the comments. So those on YouTube, good night. Good night. What happened Saturday will not happen again. So
No, we're
we're
not going to make
here.
that sin again.
Mhm.
Definitely not. Um, So it's been quite a week. -12, but heading into extreme. Minus, Heslop, where are you? Yes, Sandra, we're late. We are here. We said we're having technical issues. Is what happened now.
Hmm?
Another
Oh,
one,
it's
Sandra,
not.
she said about, oh, no, late. Yes, yes, we're late. Hello, gorgeous. Thank you very much. We're having technical challenges.
Yeah, I apologize. So what we're doing tonight? What we're talking about tonight?
Charlie
What's
Brown
happening
said good
tonight? A
night,
lot.
Dr. Dan and Michelle. Oh, VM Hesop is in Toronto. Hesop one says -12 heading into worse territories. Hush, never mind. I think we should, there's lots of news that we have to talk about in Jamaica. Let me tell you, some of it is not the happiest of songs, but it's things that we just really have to talk about if we're going to be true to the news in Jamaica. So I'm going to start by talking about some good news, perhaps. Stadium East gun find increases. So the police, and this is an extract from the Star, the police have seized a total of 8 guns during ongoing operations at the stadium, National Stadium East Field. So they've been digging down things that are on the ground of
Mm-hmm.
the stadium. The operation started some days ago and has yielded 8 high-powered weapons, magazines, and a cache of ammunition. and they list the types of guns that have been identified. I use that as a pivot into the newspaper article that says, and this is from the Radio Jamaica newsroom, it says, murders in Jamaica have risen by 15.5% when compared to the first 23 days in January last year. The latest statistics released on Monday by the Jamaica Constabulary Force show that 112 persons have been killed since the start of 2022. Let me tell you, this is alarming. Last year, we thought it was bad because we had 97 persons murdered up to this point. But this year, we have 112. Westmoreland has registered a staggering increase when compared to last year. Westmoreland has seen a 500% increase with 12 murders compared to 2 during the corresponding period last year. This makes it the police division with the second highest number of murders so far this year. The division with the highest number of murders is St. James with 21. St. Catherine South is third with 11. St. Catherine North is fourth with 10 homicides. Then how them jump from parish to police divisions? So St. Catherine have multiple divisions. Okay, so St. Catherine is third. St. Catherine South have it, so like St. Catherine have the most because St. Catherine South have 11 and St. Catherine North have 10. Then that not 21. Same like St. James with 21 and Westmoreland with 12.
Well, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot listening to it. It's a lot. It's like a war going on in Jamaica. Like it just unbelievable to just see, like there's a competition. I don't know. They say they're the gangs warring, but they're also like personal, some personal crimes like family disturbances. But it just kind of strange to just see these numbers like 122. I wouldn't even finish January.
112. You know, thank God no reach, probably reach 130.
You're trying to 122. Why am I
122? So again, we want to apologize. We started a little bit late. Carlene Madden says, good night, ladies. Good night, Carlene. Beverly Brown says, good night, Dr. Diana and Lady Michelle. Good night, darling. Juliet says, good morning, ladies. Where's Leo? I've been in Jamaica for a few weeks. Well, welcome to Juliet to Jamaica. I don't know which part of Jamaica it is, so you're saying good morning at this hour of the night. So good night to you, because you must be keeping late hours. It's good to have you. Enjoy your stay in Jamaica and keep safe. Diana says, good night, ladies. We're having a steady sheet of snow with minus 18. Sorry, we're having trouble with this video. Try again. Yeah, we had some technical issues, but that we sorted.
You have to turn on whatever device.
Yeah. Diana says, whoa, the killing is alarming in Jamaica. That hear my dad talking about this. Veronica says, Lady Diana, the numbers are scary. Yes, they are, Veronica. Sorry I missed you while you're in Jamaica, but welcome to the show. Happy to have you. Trisha Sang says, hi, beautiful people. Hi, Trisha. Beautiful child. Juliet, she laughing. She deading. People are deading. She says, good night.
Yeah, it is just crazy because even I see where they're saying, well, you know, the PNP, the opposition. Quick question, like how you have the Purple Party, is it still only PNP, the opposition, or because UIC not valid right now?
They don't have any seats in Parliament because they didn't win any seats, so they don't constitute a part of the opposition until they have a seat in Parliament.
Okay, that's how it works.
Because remember, that's why Prime Minister Motley in Barbados is considering some amendment so that she would be able to appoint opposition senators, since they don't have any persons in Parliament.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I was wondering, because I was going to say the opposition had a presentation, but I know the other party does their own thing too, where they're saying that because of the high numbers and they're not seeing the results or the reduction in crime, that they made an ultimatum that the commissioner should resign in 60 days.
Wow. Oh, our commissioner in Jamaica?
Yeah, the opposition stated that. So it kind of harsh to say 60 days, but I kind of get that we would need an improvement in the numbers, but I don't like ultimatums, like saying 60 days. You know what I mean? I don't know why, the thought behind it, but I don't like them giving ultimatums. I don't like people giving ultimatums. Like, yes, we have an issue. We need improvement. We need to know what can be done. The
But
prime
Michelle,
minister already
if we not give
confident.
ultimatum, what we're going to give? We just gonna sit
And
down.
like, no, we're not gonna sit down, but like you make suggestion, but ultimatum fee resign. Like, I don't like the administration go listen to him and fire him or in go quitting job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Others stop bold statements. It kind of like, but even though, because with the minister, the prime minister said he's not getting rid of him because he's confident in the work he's doing. But then we have to look at what else can be done, where I think what they're doing now is working. I could be wrong. We know they're on the ground, going into communities. We see a lot of patrols and targeted missions going in communities. And we see with the reaping of guns, which is good. Although where Jamaica got those guns, I don't know. It's like a tribal war going on. Like those guns you see like in war-torn areas, like how we have those guns. But it's good that they're getting the guns, getting them off the street.
Yeah, it's good that they're making attempts to get them off the street, but I still ask myself the question, what happened? Why all of a sudden they're able to get these guns? All of a sudden they're able to dig up the stadium east. Did they just lay them there overnight so that they could go and dig them up? Did they just get a message that the guns are coming in at the wharf in Montego Bay so them could get the container with it? What had been happening? Why couldn't we have been seeing some of these results before? But I mean, I'm celebrating it still.
Yeah, we're celebrating it. I like at this point for me, I don't even care how they know. Like how, like just once we've seen results, like they're getting it done. Maybe they have intelligence, maybe a gang is snitching on a gang, I don't know. But as long as we're getting them, but how they find the stadium? Like nobody saw them digging, like digging and put it.
No, that
because
really
nobody saw. Because it's like some heavy duty equipment they're using to dig up, like this the equipment that they're using. So nobody saw.
No, but make us look at it in a logical way. If them have to be using that kind of equipment to dig up the stadium, and I haven't seen it, then it means that similar type equipment was used to put them there. Right?
Yeah.
So who manages the stadium East property? Nobody? That I could just drive my tractor and dig it up?
Yeah. It's just kind of strange. It's just really strange. It's like, but I'm glad they're getting it. I'm glad they found the ones coming into the country. And to me, that proves that obviously it's not the little men on the road that are getting the guns. They need to figure out who on top is getting the guns in. Because I'm not disrespecting them, and I don't think they're that calculated to figure out how to ship guns or have the means to ship guns into the country. So they need to figure out that. And I know they're improving the border patrol around the island, which has to be consistent. And it's looking good, whatever they're doing. More can be done, obviously.
About the border control. I remember some years ago going to a conference, and there's this lady who used to be at Caribbean Maritime Institute, University rather, Winsome Packer. And she presented a paper on the borders, how porous our borders are, and how easily people can come in and out of Jamaica. And her point, she was really quite pointed, and I don't think that then they even took her serious. But what she was saying, what Winston was really sharing, is that look here, until you address the borders, you're not going to stop this, because they don't have to come in at the airport. They don't have to come in at Sangster. They're not coming as an authorized package. They're coming
Yeah,
through all these other little gaps. And
yeah,
this incident, there was this Haitian man who came into Jamaica the other day with his family, and he didn't
yeah.
come in through Sangster or Norman Manley.
Yeah,
And
they
he
came on board.
exactly. So
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that's what they need to do.
mm-hmm.
Not to cut you off, but they need to check these yachts and boats along our waters. Like, yeah, they're partying and whatever, but they do need to stop and do inspections and go into those boats to see what's happening, because you don't know if they're transporting, you don't know if they're transporting guns, you don't know if they're transporting drugs, but it's coming into the island. And they need to stem it to solve.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
if we can't stop the guns, we well, they might turn to knife, but that's a good step to get the gun. Reading some comments. Julia said good night. Angela said good night, ladies. VM said, why don't both parties work together for the betterment of the country? Trisha said, Michelle, you're correct. The commissioner leaving in 60 days isn't going to improve the crime rate. No good and well no say America them get the gun them from. Yeah, maybe go through Haiti and come. Sandra said, PM, Diana, where's your seat in Parliament? Jamaica first.
Well, if I
VM
register the
said,
party and then get going.
Slap, the same reason they don't work together and any place else. Prime example, America. We all know Jamaica take their cues from America. VM said, from what I saw, they were buried in sand and other construction material. Yes, so I guess people maybe think how big construction are going. Diana said, Dr. Diana, true about the Jamaican borders are easily entered. My dad grew up in Jamaica with some Cubans, he said, who sailed from Cuba, well escaped and landed on some beach in Jamaica. Found their way to Jamaica. They still there, dad says.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I remember it's our year now. Remember that plane? I think, where was it from? Colombia?
Oh
That
yes,
landed.
down in Clarendon, someplace or the other where it crashed.
Yeah, breached our borders. Nobody know who or what, and it's still there. And other planes still come into the island, so they need to have a handle on that if they want to start solving this crime monster.
Operative word is if they want to.
Yeah,
So,
if they want
but
to.
it's having a dire impact on us here living in Jamaica, and I know that it must be totally scary for persons who live overseas and have family members here, especially when you have older family members living on their own in Jamaica. It is scary. It is scary, but
It is
we.
scary, and people are saying, why doesn't the opposition and the government work together? I guess it's just one up, because obviously JLP we don't want to work with PNP. Are they, what's the Purple Party? I keep forgetting it.
Oh, but him don't have no seat yet, and but
They
they're not inviting the people
actual.
to the table. And let me tell you, there's some communication issues. Um, the prime minister's decision not to invite the maroon man was not a good example of how you negotiate and treat with your differences. And it's the same thing the boys do on the road. Them don't want to treat with their differences, so them just shoot up one another and them shoot up families and
Yeah,
all that.
that's how they handle it. Yeah,
No.
there's no coming to the table, because like, to me, they don't have the interest at heart. Like, even though we're talking about the guns, I want to switch to, like, the only person I see right now who's willing to work with, to me, he's pure, is his name Fitz Jackson, the one that's talking about the bank
Oh Lord,
fees.
that's the other one where you go kill with
We'll
one
go
kill
right
with
into
God
it.
get with.
But he looks like he's genuine, because he's been talking about it for a while, and
Mhm.
he's not combative, like he's trying to find a resolution.
Mhm.
And that is what I like. that, but did you see what the GLP did?
No.
They said, I didn't know, like they said, okay, we want the government of Jamaica to look into working on the fees. And I guess that's a topic we're going into. But I think it would be good if both parties work together for the
Yes.
people.
There was a time when they used to have some meetings they refer to as the Vale Royal meeting.
Yeah.
And since this party came into power, they discontinued the dialogue. And this is where they would talk about the different challenges that the country is facing. But at the end of the day, who lose? Us, the citizens. We're the only
We
ones
do.
who are losing, the citizens. And it's really unfortunate for us because we suffer the most and our children suffer the most.
Yeah, that
Our
and it
children suffer.
yeah, and it is sad because people more aligned to the party than Jamaica. Because instead of saying, you know what, we need to hold them accountable because we put them there. And even like you have opposition, but you do have your MP from your region that did win that seat, and you
Yeah,
want them to represent you, but yet still they're back and forth about the minor things when you're dying, like education is horrible and all these other things that needs to be addressed. So
yeah.
we do need to leave the party out of it, politics out of it, and focus on making Jamaica better and ourselves better for the future because it don't look bright.
Mhm,
It don't
yeah.
look bright.
Look back, it's scary. And then when you look at the education side of it, with the levels of failure rates among students and people who you just see that 5 years down the road, it's like you're going to have these 5 or 6 or 10 people who they're going to be the leaders in the country because the bulk of them fail them exams, can move on to nothing else, not going to get appointed or voted in. Or you're just going to have some bad folks in voted in as MPs in another 10, 20 years.
Mm,
So we really have to take stock, as my mother would have said. We need to take stock now.
we do. And it quite clear nobody not really even read to actually get what is happening. Because sometimes if you do look at what they put out, like they will take a little snip of what was said and they don't give the basis of it, and then people just run with it. Like they
Mm.
don't take the time to even look into it, research it. Like a lot of people don't read, but it kind of sad because sometimes they really miss out on what is important, like this real substance, and they get carried away with the minor things while major things are happening right under their nose and they don't know.
Yeah, that's true,
Uh,
Michelle. That's
Sandra
really
say I agree with Assistant PM Michelle. It starts with us. Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
It starts with us, and us meaning that it starts with the family. Who is responsible for everything that's happening? It starts with the family. If each family was to take responsibility for what comes into the house that they're not accounting for, the education of everybody in the house, the safety of everybody in the house, the spiritual growth of everybody in the house, it would be a totally different Jamaica that we would have now, a far more productive Jamaica, a Jamaica that could be competitive, a Jamaica that one could look to say, okay, we are indeed the leaders within the region. No, everybody looking to Barbados. It's as if Barbados just got up and said, well, we might as well lead because nobody now lead around here.
Yeah, and Jamaica was at the forefront. And we do have great leaders. And it just I don't know what's happening. I guess we're too caught up with ourselves being selfish, you know? But
Now you talk about being selfish. I think it was done around the time when they were talking about the Treaty of Chaguaramas and all of those. And Buster went to the meeting, and 11 states or countries belong to this group. And I don't remember what the group is. I don't remember my history exactly. And he said, well, they're stepping away. And they say, one from one from 11, one from 10, leave zero.
who
So
said that,
that is to make
Buster?
a step aside, everything don't know for 1 from 10 left zero.
Oh God, that is funny. But Jamaica has so much and resources. It's just like even today, or not to be straight from the news, but even today, like we saw the government advertising the new building for foreign affairs. And then there was this guy whose father was in the hospital, KPH.
Yes.
And he showed pictures of the conditions of that hospital that his father was going through. Like he stated that when he went there, they said the workers said that, oh, they couldn't go change him often, whatever, so he need to give him a Pampers. So he was like, no, I'll take him to the bathroom. And then he took him to the bathroom, and it was just so horrible to even go there. And then they have a machine that hasn't been working, the CT scanner, for I think over 8 months. And they're talking about like all these things that needs to be done and improved to improve the conditions of the hospital. But then we have money for everything else that is needed. Things are needed, but right now we need to improve, the hospital. So it was just kind of telling our priorities at this point.
So you're
Like,
really telling us that the priorities are all messed up. The health
yeah,
system is in dire straits, as is the education system. They're talking about new parliament building. New parliament building for what? For
yeah, but
what?
we do need it, but not right now.
No, but you need schools, you need hospitals. Hospitals are undersupplied, don't have the resources, don't have the personnel. Nurses are leaving, doctors are leaving, and I don't see no massive recruitment to train nurses and other healthcare workers. No money can.
And even on that too, the commissioner is complaining that they don't have enough funds to boost the JCF to get the resources, like foot on the ground officers, etc. They don't have the resource. So now it's like, all right, you don't have the resource, but you are budgeting for all these other things. Like, I think you could rework the budget for now based on what we're going through now. And because if we fix those things, the government will look better. And then they're deserving of a building at that point. But right now, going through a pandemic, we're gonna hit hard. It gonna be hard to recover. We are recovering, but it gonna take a little longer. So we do need to improve. And if based on the report that we just saw in regards to education, we do need to make it a priority. Like, a lot more need to go into it, and a lot more need to be shifted. Like, they're taking a lot of money out of the NHT while use some of those funding so we could build up, the new younger generation, so they could produce more and generate more money, income back in the economy. That's what I'm thinking.
Let me tell
I
you,
don't know.
every time somebody talk about early childhood education is almost a joke, because in Jamaica there's a policy in the government that for each basic school they fund one teacher. So one teacher will get good pay and everybody else will get full loops. Now, if you only have one good teacher in a basic school and everybody is getting full loops, what kind of education system you're going to do? What kind of person you're generating to send to infant school? Huh?
Yeah.
Substandard, right? So they don't give them anything down there. Then
so let me read. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Trisha says, Larry Sandra says, speak, PM Diana, speak. We need women leaders. Trisha said, girl, it's the same thing in the US. Jamaica is just a smaller mirror. In the US, don't you dare say the parents are responsible, though. Everything is on the teachers and public schools. VM said, that is because they don't get treated in Jamaica when they are ill, so they really don't care. Or they go private hospitals. That is true. Okay, what's the next topic? Next area.
Some of the travel agency in Canada are warning vacation in Jamaica and want to steer folks to other places, as they say Jamaica is too violent. Well, full of loops.
What is that, Bestie? Full of loops, what is it? Define.
Somebody tell Sandra what is full of loops for me.
Oh, Steve Nugent said our government in power for 25 years and do nothing. We can look for the government to do. We can now look for the government to do everything. We're not asking the government to do everything. I'm not asking the government to do everything. I'm just saying, all right, if you listen to Parliament, no, just for making, like, a lot of people don't listen to Parliament and listen to what the government is saying that they're doing. So these are things and projects they say they're doing. So just saying to rework it a little. I don't expect them to
It's
do
a matter
everything.
of getting in parties right, Steve. And I don't know that we could say that a party in 25 years has done nothing. We can look at it. The
I hate
very
when people say that.
road networks that are being rolled out now is funding and plans and projects that were put on the table. Most of the things that were rolled out in a positive way, things that were on the table. So let us not get into that. I don't want to pick
Yeah,
sides tonight. The
yeah,
only thing
yeah,
I
yeah.
always
That
do is
is true.
Jamaica first. So let us not do that. We could look at the education
Yeah,
and all of those things. So let's not do it. Um,
yeah.
Fisher says Sandra Sterling, basically they get if they
The short end of the stick.
that is what it
Oh
there's one
man.
other news that we wanted to talk about. And it's the bank fees. The island's two largest commercial banks have announced new and increased fees that will take effect between January and March 2022, including automated telling machines, which are the ATMs, charges, and other fees during the era of Fitz Jackson. Since the start of 2022, NCB has introduced a charge to customers withdrawing from their ATM machines. Before, NCB customers could do withdrawal at their machines for free. Now they will be charged $30.95 for every withdrawal. All right. Account checks via the company ATM will remain free. However, if you use a non-NCB ATM, your withdrawals will cost the bank customer $60. Balance inquiries will call you 25. So if you're at a Scotiabank ATM and you draw your money from an NCB bank account, you're going to get charged $60. If you go to the NCB machine and draw it at the NCB machine, you're going to get charged $30.95. That's a $31. So just call it that. And so the fees continue to climb. At Scotiabank, effective February 1, the charge for ATM drawals at the ATM machine will be $25. But if you go to somebody else's machine and withdraw it, you're going to pay the $60. So it looks like they all agree on a $60 charge. Rates are less for seniors at $31. Everybody have to qualify for senior position now. Withdrawals at international ATMs will attract a fee of $312. Did I hear that?
Well, it's funny, kind of wicked still, but it does wicked for take, especially for retired people. They should have a special account for them where they don't charge them these fees. You know what I mean? And a fee to withdraw your cash if it's the same bank. That's kind of, if I understand, if you go to another institution, but from your same bank. And all these fees, you don't even know what these fees are for. So you have other options though in Jamaica, people. You have other banks. You don't have to use those particular banks. But I think, like with some people, they have it from the beginning, so they don't want to move. But
the people, them used to the bank. If you say bank, they only knows it equate to NCB and
Scotia. Then I used to the credit union, Jamaica National and other. But the thing I like though, although I laughed a little last night, was when the JLP asked the government of Jamaica to address the issue of bank fees that was raised. But I do like that. See, they can work together. So the opposition is asking for it and the JLP is asking for it. But we know that.
No, they're asking for it. Let me tell you a little background on that now. So when the PNP was in power and Fitz Jackson had moved a motion for the banks to stop charging these exorbitant fees, I think Vaz, Manayard, and others signed as opposition members supporting the move. Then the party, the governing party changed, and so the same man from who had done the document took it back to Parliament to say, okay, this is the next phase for the bill, and they wouldn't support it at that time.
Yeah.
But they supported it when they were in the opposition position. So I'm happy that they've come around.
Yeah, they've
Probably.
come around. And one thing I know, I'm thinking about it, like how the administration doesn't really sit, but I think this time they will sit with the JLP to resolve this, because the JLP is asking the government to address this issue. So it kind of sounds confusing, but they wrote a letter asking the government. So I think that they will now sit at the table with the JLP. The government and the JLP will sit at the table and come to a resolution. Don't you think? Because
Yes,
they're
I
asking.
hope so for the sake of the people.
Yeah,
There needs to be some cooperation, but the truth is that we probably don't even have no money left at this rate anyway. So whatever they
exactly.
were put it under
So
our mattress. Uh,
exactly, and that's what people to do. Be purposeful in your actions, because if they refuse to reduce the fees or remove the fees, you don't have to leave your money in the bank. Yeah, they go charge you a fee to withdraw your money, but withdraw your money and go elsewhere. You have other banks that offer better option, not because Scotia have run forever NCB, but this will force them to act, because they do see people in numbers leaving, they will give other options. And I can say this because I was Wells Fargo.
yeah.
Bank of America the other day has stopped charging these ridiculous fees because they realized people were leaving Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and going to other banks. So they had no choice but to try to attract new customers to now remove their fees. And it's all because people start using other options. So Jamaicans have to realize their powers and do what's necessary,
But it comes back
if the
to
government
education,
doesn't act.
Michelle. It comes back to
Also,
education. That
huh?
it comes back to education. We have to first start by educating the younger people about what banking is, because for some of them, banking is them not in a bank. You know, they don't see the importance of it. And those people who do see the importance, at the end of each year, the banks announce how many billions of dollars of profit they have made. And they make it through these ATM fees and what is called
Yeah,
revenue income, for the banks, and charge you for everything. Draw your money, lodge your money, then charge you. If you go over
exactly.
X amount of money, then charge you. I tried paying a bill online today, and they charged me the money in US, and it's a Jamaican bill I'm paying. And I'm like, no, you can't bill me in US dollars for this for all of my Jamaican bills. I am in Jamaica. Then back and say, oh, if you use that platform, this you get billed in US. That is ridiculous. So I have a major
Okay.
complaint to lodge because it's not going
Yeah,
to work.
lodge it.
No,
Don't
no,
don't don't ease up.
no.
Sandra said, okay, I read that. Steve, okay, Trisha said, Sandra Sterling, okay, she said that. Steve said no government can stop the killing in we as Jamaican to back the gunman them. Yeah, we know that the government can do everything, but if the people don't want it, it's not gonna happen, because they have to be the ones to turn in the gunman, and they have to be the ones not harboring the gunman.
Yeah. But
Then
we have to be human as well, and we have to recognize that it's not all parents brave enough or even have the resources to be
yeah,
to take that kind of an action. Not all
yeah,
of
and
them.
people are fearful,
Yeah, people are
which
scared.
is so that's why they need a strong police so they feel safe.
Exactly.
Diana said full of looks. I think it means a lot of Trisha is laughing, clapping. VM said time to keep your money under your bed. So that goes start again, but then rat go eat your money.
Well, spending
So,
money, spending
so just
money,
go to
spending
our next
money.
institution. Steve said, you have mother and father in Jamaica, know the son killing people and open the doors for them at night. That is true. Not everybody, but that is true. We agree. Trisha says, Steve, exactly. Steve said, a lot of women in Jamaica sleeping with gunmen. Jamaica will always, well, it's kind of changing, we
And it
just have
happens
to
everywhere. It happens
teach
everywhere.
them. Yeah,
Not
have
just in
never, but you have to
Jamaica.
just teach the woman. And once they start coming closer to home, they'll do better. Diana said, here in Canada, well, at least my province, Ontario, there is no fee for seniors. Exactly. At the bank for seniors. Because they get a set salary, a set payment. That's wicked. We're going to take a little money. So Ness said, I was in Jamaica in December and that Canadian bank charged me $6.50 US. And Also, my bank Wells Fargo charged me also.
Well, not to worry, my dear. Then charge you for cross country
Yeah.
conversion, whatever they call it, foreign transaction.
Yeah, but I don't know if your bank does it, but like with my bank, I use a credit union. But when I leave, I'm going on vacation. I tell them I'm leaving, so they have a set fee. I think it's $2 for whatever withdrawals I do.
Okay.
So, but I guess you have to notify them, because even if I don't notify them, they will lock my card, so I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
use it.
I
So I have to
think it's
notify
probably
them. Yeah.
I'm
Steve,
not sure.
Diana says, Stephen, maybe the parents are scared if they do not open the door that the son will do to them. Maybe that's true. VM says some places don't have any other banks, but yeah, true. NCB and Scotia.
But them locking down a hole for them too, as we're talking about this and that. A lot of the branches are being closed down. So them going to have fewer and fewer banks anyway. So
Yeah,
like in
that's true.
Christiana, they close it down. You don't have that
Yeah,
branch
that's true.
anymore and so forth. So a
That
lot of
is,
them closing down.
but it's surprising they don't have a. Is it hard to set up a bank in Jamaica? Because I'm surprised they don't have more pop-ups. You know, like the credit unions. Like I know in Falmouth we have one. I think it's a
Yes,
teachers credit
yes,
union.
yes, it is hard to set up. Um,
Uh,
are we still on? Okay, it
yeah,
is.
Sandra said if we're on, check YouTube. Yeah, look, nobody's commenting. I guess
Mm,
once they come, I have it up. Steve said, I
okay.
want to put back hanging men, and when a man kills 65-year-old and killing children, it hurt. Yeah, man, it hurt and it's sad. Um, but
She don't want nobody mad with Uno.
yeah. Patricia said, bury your money in the yard and plant flowers over it. Oh God. I remember when the Soviet Union, when people were so scared, they used to do that, like have the money under their bed, then the rat ate it, and they used to bury it, and it
Well,
didn't serve any purpose. Carlene said there's a credit union in every parish in Jamaica. Oh, that is good. Okay, Philip said we have Nurses Credit Union in Kingston. Very good. Yeah, the credit unions are really good.
I have one called COK, City of Kingston Credit Union, and it is in most of the parishes across Jamaica. But again, it goes back to education, because if we don't begin to tell people that, hey, there's an option here, here's a bank, a credit union can provide you safety and security for your money. You don't have to worry about it. Um, we need
Yeah,
that
and I think you
education.
have Jamaica National too. And what's that? VM,
Yes,
Victoria
you have the
Mutual.
Victoria Mutual, those two building societies. Well, Jane is a bank now, but VM is still there as a building society, and it has good reach and it has good management too. So people must
Yeah, they
consider.
do. And I see a lot of people now going to those banks, especially now that I'm an expert, but I'm just talking about what people are telling me in regards to opening accounts, and if you want to get mortgages, etc. They are the better options
Talk
and
about
loans.
mortgage. You should probably invite somebody to talk about how you can get a mortgage to buy property in Jamaica.
That would be good.
Yes, I'm going to ask a mortgage broker to.
Yeah, I would love to hear that. And insurance
And
there.
insurance? Okay, fine.
Yeah, because it is good to have these health insurance and life insurance, because people are complaining about not being able to pay, for certain medical expenses. So people don't know the importance of really having that to cover them. So I'm
And
just,
it relates to insurance. There are some people who can probably carry insurance policy in Jamaica at much more affordable price than they would in the US for
that
health
is true.
reasons. So they could look at that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also the government have insurance. I hear about, like, when you reach a certain age, you could get insurance, health, and other people don't know that.
Well, let me tell you that a little depends where you get, you might as well just
It make
probably
no sense.
it makes sense, I suppose, for people who have nothing, but the truth is that you want to be able to bolster it with something else, some other insurance coverage. But yeah, we can talk.
Okay. Yeah, and Sandra said if you keep your place clean, you won't have rats. And if you do, tell them not to eat your money. And if you do, tell them not to eat your money.
Well, we have a conversation, Mr. Rat. When you come in tonight, please don't eat my money. Just keep the place clean. I don't have to worry with no blasted rat.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Mish, I don't
Yeah.
know if you realize, but we are doing an hour on Tuesday nights and already it is 9:52. I don't know where time went. And we still
Yeah.
need to talk quickly about celebrating 60 persons, celebrating people that we know. I have not seen anybody send me an email suggesting anybody that they want to celebrate.
We got one, remember?
Yes, but where is everybody else? I need to be sending us the notice to say these are the people we want to talk about so that come February, which is around the corner, we can begin to talk about these people. So, Sandra, if it's your grandmother, Philip, if it's somebody you know who used to beat you at school, Patricia, if you know somebody you want us to recognize and celebrate, Patricia in Nassau, you want to recognize and celebrate, let us know so we can. Steve, same thing. Let us know. Mish?
So the person have to be 60, or we're just doing 60 people.
Just
Oh,
doing
VM, so you owe us 8 minutes. That's not true. We did come on late,
Lord gosh, Vim,
so we owe you.
we're gonna make you Minister of Finance. You don't pay all the taxes. Well,
Okay. Steve,
mm,
the panel rolling. We agree with you, Steve.
yeah, we have to
Check
go. We have to go.
Barbados, where gunman kills someone, the police get him in the next day. Check Jamaica, when police kill a bad man, road back. God help Jamaica.
I
I
think
don't want to
Steve.
say gloom for Jamaica. I think
Yeah.
it will work out. I think we will get it done. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I think we will get it done.
We
I
will get
think
it done.
yeah, because I think what the government is saying on the back end, what they're doing is improving certain things such as investigation. They're gonna try to set up a forensics, lab and all these things. So I
Mhm.
guess once those come into play, everything will work. It's just like right now, we need something right now, seeing all the numbers.
Mhm.
But not gloom for Jamaica. I'll never say gloom. It will
There's
get
always
better.
hope as long as we continue to exist. And as long as you guys in the diaspora continue to be there and the ones who are local as well, as long as we continue to have this discussion, have this dialogue, let off a little steam, because sometimes we come here to let off a little steam and we come here to try to solve issues or even just to discuss them in a reasonable and rational way. So as long as we continue to have that kind of support, we're good.
Yeah, man.
Philip
You're breaking up.
is suggesting Elvis Hewitt submissions. Tell us a little bit about these persons so that we can share and then we can go do our own research on them as well. If we can't find it, if it's a school teacher from something, you're going to have to tell me about that or tell me about the community. Then at least we can talk about that. I've shared my email address. Please, just send them in and I'll share with Michelle.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sonia
Sonia,
Lynn
new
said,
government.
get rid of PNP and GLP. Well, I don't think we can get rid of PNP or GLP. It's just that what people need to do is just start being loyal to a party and vote. Like, if the party is functioning, doing what they're saying, their mandate, if they're holding up to their mandate, when it comes around to election times, then vote for them again. If not, vote them out. Same with the MP. If they're doing their job that they're supposed to do, good job, vote for them. Don't just vote because, oh yeah, me a PNP, someone just vote for this person. Or me a GLP, someone vote for this person. Rationalize, sit and analyze, see what they're doing, if they're functioning. If they're not, get rid of them. Then they might do a better job. And then so the cycle keep going. If they don't do a good job, vote them out. And vote in the other person. If they go in and they still don't function, vote them out. You know, and that's what you'll have to do. Sandra said, you beautiful ladies are doing amazing work with the show. Really appreciate both of you and everyone on the platform. Aw, Sandra, thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Yes, I really do celebrate those people, all of you guys out there, who come to share your thoughts and your positions and your perspectives. So let us get the information as it relates to who you want for us to recognize and celebrate. Let us do it one step at a time.
Tell
But
them
we
where to
also, Michelle,
send the info.
we had agreed too that we would focus perhaps this year as Jamaica first on education and perhaps guidance counseling. I want to get a little feedback. So probably next week, next Tuesday, we talk about that.
Yeah, we can. Oh, tell people how to get us the information because people are asking and they're just posting where they need to send the information
I
that we
shared
need.
the email address. It's in the chat.
Okay,
Um,
so the email is didavis2002@gmail.com. So
right.
log that email and just email. I see Hedson said juicy juice soft drinks Jamaica. Oh,
Well, him coming
okay.
here to promote, so we probably need to just
Yeah.
all the best for his
Steve
business.
say UIC is no good for Jamaica. Well, we don't know yet. Jesse said that's so true. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll
Mhm.
see. What's the next topic? Full price I go up. All who they eat chicken.
Well, thank God I eat pork.
The price of pork. But people, no go raise not one chicken. My grandma used to raise in her backyard. Raise
Let's
not
see
one
what there is
chicken.
some more, because if chicken price go up, and you know the irony of it, and then they wonder why things not the same. They give public sector 4% increase, a 4% increase. Chicken price go up by 10%.
Oh wow.
JPS go up by X%. Water commission go up by X%, and none of them go by 4%. They all exceed the 4%. No, that is not good maths. For me, it just can't pencil, because if you give me 4% increase on my salary and I have to pay JPS, my chicken price gone up, gas go up every week. Gas goes up by at least $3 per liter. Let us say 3 times for every month, it goes up by $3 per liter. When a liter of gas is costing 200 and something dollars in Jamaica, come on, man. That's a liter, you need 5.4 liters to make a gallon.
Mm.
Hmm?
Yeah, kind of sad to see, but then you kind of have to look, with inflation and everything and the cost of everything. It's not like the ripple effect will not get to Jamaica, but I don't know how the government can cushion it, where they could give certain breaks,
Well, then a
like,
tax of $14 out of every gallon of gas or every liter of gas, and could have started by giving up a portion of that.
yeah, and the other things, like how with the US, we got a stimulus, to help us, like do other things to help ease the burden on Jamaicans. But everything I go up. The supermarkets here and stores are not even stocked fully anymore. They're kind of hard. So I can only imagine Jamaica. But you know what people need to do, which they were promoting, I'm not sure if they're still promoting it, is to grow your own food. I remember I would hardly eat food from the stores. Like, we're so dependent now. Where you used to grow your chicken, you used to plant like a banana, plant like a yam, your neighbors, plant like a vegetables and all these things. And it's healthier than these processed food. And just, figure a way out. If everything I go up, maybe cut back on the chicken, I don't know. But you have to figure out ways for your survival,
More callaloo, cabbage and carrot, and make chop suey and all of them
Exactly.
from there, and use less chicken. My mother was very good at that. Price gone up, it
Exactly.
means you're going to eat more vegetable.
Exactly. Or you have local farmers that grow them where they don't use a lot of product, like with their
Yes.
chicken. Like, use those local people will have cheaper than the bigger manufacturers. And always have to they buy KFC. Why am I to fry your own chicken? You know what I mean?
You learn to cook first to fry your own chicken.
but people have to learn to go into survival mode, you know.
Mhm. So, I
So,
agree with you.
but funky is funny.
Mhm.
Okay, let me read a few more comments because now we have to go.
Mhm.
Sonia said, when that not going to happen, I left Jamaica 27 years ago, and Jamaica is the same way. Two parties fighting ever since.
All right, we're gonna join the fray. Give it time, Sonia.
Eh, not true. Steve said, I will back with you next from Barbados. VM said chicken has gone up in Canada, 2.89 per pound for whole chicken and sometimes more. Yeah, it's expensive here too.
Yeah, but at least you're in a country where the cost of living generally is not as high as Jamaica, and there's far more equity in the earnings. So everybody have a little allowance that will allow them to tide them over, particularly during terms. In Canada too, if you rent a place, them can't turn off the heat during the winter and all of that. They can't turn off the gas. Them can do all of that in Jamaica.
Yeah, they got all of that. Like, it's the
You know,
people
so we
that,
don't have
like,
kind of cushion or incentives.
yeah, like, I was shocked when people are saying they're using a dryer in Jamaica. And I'm like, you're complaining about electricity. I'm like, those things you don't really have to use,
You can
you
cut
know?
back on them.
Cut back, like you have to conserve. Like even like here where I am, the electric company, the electrical, company, utility company is actually telling us how to conserve. Like they tell us like the bills, they track it to tell us how to conserve. And they're like, your bills are a little high with water, cut back, like remember to turn off your water tap, remember to turn off this, like they try to actually help you to reduce it. But people have to figure out ways to conserve so they're able to live within their means, especially since things are getting bad.
Getting worse.
Yeah, Trisha said, didn't they try that in Jamaica with a stimulus? I think they did, but wasn't a one-time payment? And for some people, and I think they had an issue because some people didn't have bank accounts, their name,
And
like
some people
certain
still
stuff.
don't get it. A lot of people signed
Yeah,
up for it. Teachers were supposed to get a one-off payment. A lot of them sign up for it and then still not get it 2 years later. So
yeah. So yeah,
Mm.
everything is, yeah. So Steve said, all my life I don't see people die from hurry. I mean, you mean hunger. Really? You never see it yet? Okay. Trisha said, didn't they try that in Jamaica as stimulus for the lower income and people on path at the start of the pandemic? Yeah, at the start they tried, but as Dr. Diana said, 2 years later, it's still trying, right?
I'm trying to figure.
Yeah, but people have to help themselves a little, Trisha said, VM, same here. Diana said, my dad goes to the farms and buy his chicken. They clean for him. He brings home season and place in freezer. Use them when he's ready. Yeah.
Yep.
Survival mode now for Jamaica.
Yes.
Jamaicans.
For us as Jamaicans, I don't know, in the diaspora, we just have to continue to encourage family here, encourage them to get their COVID shot because the numbers are going up as well. There are new variants of Omicron that is out and about, new variants of COVID. What them say, Omicron, they said it was at least a new variant detected in at least 40 different countries. So an article out of West Palm Beach says as Omicron cases fall across some parts of the US, international health officials are warning about a new variant. BA2 is a subvariant of Omicron and has been labeled variant under investigation. So, watch out, can't too careful. What you say, Mish?
Well, yeah, I stop keeping track of all these variants, to be honest. It is so much every day. So, you know what, people, take the vaccine. Jamaica has enough because people not taking the vaccine. So do take the vaccine if you're so inclined. And sanitize, social distance, wear your mask, double up. Assume everybody have it, please. And wear your mask. And as you see, the country is not going to close down. So you guys have to protect yourself and your family and do what's best for you and your family. But taking the vaccine is, I think, major to help with the fight.
Yeah.
I just know the hospitals are maxed out. So, the way you have to do people.
Yep.
Sonia said, my niece just got her stimulus check today. So they give out to people. Okay, they're giving out, but not everybody's accessing it. Trisha said there's a Jamaican doctor on TikTok pushing that there's COVID. No, they said don't do that to get immunity. No, you shouldn't do that. Don't follow him. It's crazy. Diana said, enjoy your show tonight. Really informative. Seems like a no end to this show. This snow. Have a good night, folks. Good night, Diana. Sunny said morning. Morning. Steve said, God time now. Sandra said, have a blessed rest of the week, everyone.
Thank you.
Patricia said, you ladies have blessed night. The Lord be with you. Thank you. And
Thank
we're
you
going to
so much.
sign off. Remember Saturday morning, 10 o'clock,
Yes.
right? So see you all then.
Thank you all for joining. Remember, keep safe. Encourage family members who have not done the COVID shot to do it, to protect themselves and to protect them neighbor. And uno take care. Uno who need to wrap up on a head and rub up with a little rum for keep cold or warm, and if you have to drink a little bit or pour some on a mole, feel free to drink some. You're not going to kill you, make some hot lemonade, pour a little white rum in there in true Jamaican spirit, wrap up and go on to bed. Keep warm. Take care. See you on Saturday. Thanks for joining.
Bye, everyone. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.